This is episode 1 of my Raiders rebuild in Madden 26, where I will be becoming the brand new general manager for the Las Vegas Raiders. I will be tasked with reshaping the Raiders roster to not only contend this season, but hopefully win the Super Bowl. Alrighty, let's hop into our new general manager position. We are the brand new general manager and I guess also coach, because that's how Madden works, of the Las Vegas Raiders. We have a week 1 matchup against the New England Patriots. Unfortunately, it's going to be quite a matchup, I will say. We are down 2 overalls, but we do have a better offense, but they also have a better defense than us. So my entire goal with these episodes is to retool the Raiders, not just this week, but how can we continue to retool the Raiders for this entire season? If we look at our schedule here, week 1, we have the Patriots. We're at home versus the Chargers. We're at the Commanders, then at home versus the Bears, then in Indianapolis, then at home against the Titans. We are going back and forth every single week. And then down there in Missouri for the Kansas City Chiefs at the Chiefs. We then have our bye week, week 8. Then we're at home against the Jaguars, away against the Broncos. We are then at home for a 2-game stint against the Cowboys in week 11 and the Browns in week 12. We're then at SoFi against the Chargers, then back home against the Broncos. Then to finish off the season, we're at Philadelphia, we're at Houston in week 16, and then we end off the season with a 2-game home stint in week 17 against the Giants and week 18 against the Chiefs. This season is rough, but we are under new leadership, not just from me, but Pete Carroll's now the head coach. Geno Smith is our now starting quarterback. We have drafted well this season. So let's take a look at our roster, because as things have progressed throughout the offseason, we have a new quarterback. We also signed Kenny Pickett's. Aiden O'Connell is injured in real life. He's also injured in the game. I think at quarterback we'll be just fine. At halfback, Ashton Jeanty, somebody that we just drafted at pick 6. He hopefully will take us very high in the run game. We also signed Raheem Mostert, who I think is a great backup to Ashton Jeanty in this position. At fullback, I think this is actually pretty smart because we don't have Alex Ingold, someone that we actually had on our team. He's now in Miami. Michael Mayer, who obviously was in a little bit of contention after we drafted Brock Bowers last season. Where might he fit? I think he's a great halfback, fullback type of guy in this position to kind of pair with Ashton Jeanty. At wide receiver, probably our offensive weakness as of right now. I mean, Jacoby Myers is 83 overall in the game. Trey Tucker, who's been rocking with us for a handful of years, he's at 74. Jack Betch, who we don't have a photo of yet, but he is our rookie wide receiver who we just drafted. He's at 74. Dante Thornton Jr., who I think is way too low in this game at 69. We look a little rough. We don't even have Amari Cooper on the team anymore. He's retired. He is off the team. This is a position that I definitely want to target. So a goal of mine for this episode is I think we need to try and get a receiver. I think Jacoby Myers is great. I think we need to recite him in real life. However, we need to get something better, not just at 83, maybe a little higher at maybe 87, 88, maybe also a little bit lower too, just to kind of fill that back half. But this is going to be something that we need to address. Tight end standpoint, Brock Bowers is great. If you ask me anything about the line, this could be better. Colton Miller, I think at 87 is really good at left tackle. At left guard, 77, Dylan Parham. He's been rocking with us for a few years. At center, we now have Jordan Meredith, and that means Jackson Powers Johnson, our rookie from last year from Oregon, is now moving back to right guard. He is a 79 overall. At right tackle, DJ Glaze from Maryland. He was rocking with us last year. He's still rocking with us this year. This could also be something that we also try and get, maybe a right tackle or at least another big lineman. From a defensive standpoint, Max Crosby's leading the defense on that defensive line. You're also looking at someone like Tyree Wilson, who's coming off a somewhat injury-ridden sophomore season. Defensive tackle is definitely a position that I would like to strengthen up. We lost Christian Wilkins, maybe to some in-locker room things that have been going on, but we lost him. We did waive him, but we're rocking with Adam Butler, a 78 defensive tackle. Our Sam, Jermaine Pratt, I think he will be great for us. We also are led by Tommy Eichenberg, who's out of Ohio State. At Mike, we have a Landon Roberts, who I think is fantastic. I hope throughout the season he continues to flourish. At our will, we have Jamal Adams. How is Jamal Adams our will linebacker? Devin White, I will say, I really like him. He played well actually in our game against the Patriots. I'm surprised he's only a 70 overall. Another position of weakness is our cornerback room, 75 overall. Eric Stokes. We also got Darnay Holmes. We're also looking at somebody like Caillou Blue Kelly, who actually is starting for us in real life, to kind of step up into that cornerback #1 position. At free safety, unfortunately, we only have Isaiah Palomau at free safety. Luckily enough, at strong safety, we do have Jeremy Chin, but free safety could be a position that we look to upgrade this season. At kicker, as always, we do have Daniel Carlson entering in his 8th season as a Raider. And at punter, our Pro Bowl, AJ Cole at 86 overall. I think we are going to have a wonderful unit with these two on our special teams. So looking at a few things for week 1, as of right now, Lonnie Johnson Jr. is out as of right now with a hamstring injury. As you also know, Aiden O'Connell is out with a wrist injury. Again, just like reality, he's out in the game. As for New England is rocking with a handful of guys injured, especially at the wide receiver position. Jay Polk and Stephon Diggins are both out, which, if you ask me, is great. Let's also not forget Armore down there in the bottom. So something that I want to look up right now is the free agents in the game. And by pulling that up, you can see Christian Wilkins, who again, we waived at defensive tackle. He is a 92 overall. He's only a cap hit and a salary hit of $10.6 million. Christian Wilkins, welcome back to the team. Christian Wilkins, welcome back to Las Vegas. You are officially a Raider once again. We do not care what happened in that locker room because this is Madden. This is Madden. This is not real life. This will never happen in real life. But Christian Wilkins, welcome back to the silver and black, baby. Come on now. So a few things that I might have to do are trades. Something that we did with Devontae Adams last season where we had to kind of ship him out again, which is unfortunate. And it is kind of crazy that looking at the trade block now, because I played Madden 25 where we had Gardner Minshew as our starting quarterback and team need was quarterback. We have Geno Smith, baby. He came to run the table. And apparently our team need is still a quarterback. I am happy, however, that we were able to get Christian Wilkins back on the team for $10.6 million because that was a need that we definitely need to upgrade. A position that we definitely do need to upgrade is free safety. Someone that we could go out and get is potentially Kevin Byard. Someone that I really enjoy watching is actually Antoine Winfield for the Bucs. This would be a massive upgrade at our free safety position. We potentially could do an in-division trade for Justin Simmons, who plays for the Chiefs. Someone that I actually kind of like is Javon Holland. He still has 3 years left on his deal. He's only priced at about $10 million. And it is kind of crazy to say that the Giants do need a tight end. We might have something to offer for Justin Holland. And that person that I'm talking about is Michael Mayer. This is a very risky trade if we were to do it. Michael Mayer, again, who is our fullback technically as of right now. He is a great pairing with Brock Bowers. Yes, this is Madden. Things are going to work a little bit differently. Would I want this in real life? Absolutely not. But what I am concerned about is because Javon Holland plays free safety, but so does one of our injured guys, Lonnie Johnson Jr. He probably is going to be our starting free safety. It is a hamstring injury. I don't exactly know what that means in terms of the length that he's going to be gone, but there is something to this that I think could be a massive upgrade, especially in our secondary. I'm going to go ahead and submit this trade, and we're going to see what happens. The trade interest level is not enough. You guys probably want a pick as well. We'll throw a 3rd round pick and a 6th round pick, and we'll see what happens. It apparently is not enough, and that trade has been declined. So Javon Holland, unfortunately, you're going to continue to be a Giant. Okay, let's look at free agents one more time. If I scroll down to wide receivers, Nelson Aguilar. Oh my goodness. We also have Kendrick Bourne, Tyler Boyd, Robert Woods, Odell Beckham Jr. Okay. This is a very interesting list because there are people like DJ Chark, Gabe Davis. These guys are big playmaker and also deep threat type of guys. And looking at where we're at right now, we really only have 4 receivers that we can potentially play with. I think we go out and try and get someone who could be a playmaking guy because I think we're going to need it. So if we go back to free agents and we go to wide receiver, somebody that I am looking at is someone like Robert Woods, 75 overall. He is a little bit older. I also could look at Tyler Boyd. even Kendrick Bourne, the slot type of guys, I do like Kendrick Bourne. Just looking at some of his stats, he has an 88 speed, which I'm not too upset about. He has 91 acceleration. He's 88 agile. His change of direction is 85. It's by far one of the best of anyone here other than Odell Beckham. His awareness rating is quite high for his position. His catching is also quite high for his position. I think Kendrick Bourne, a guy from Eastern Washington, the state where I'm from, one of the closest colleges to me, only 30 minutes away. Kendrick Bourne, we're going to sign you to our active roster. Welcome to the team. So a few things that I do want to look at before we hop into the game. Pete Carroll is a level 25 coach. I think that is perfect for him. He has at least years of experience. Rod Starling and Roy Walker, the default offensive and defensive coordinators in Madden, definitely need a little bit of work. So I will say a part of me does just want to fire both of my coordinators as of right now, just because they're only level 1. I need some coordinators that have a little bit of experience because we are a team that is trying to win a Super Bowl. So looking at all the offensive coordinators, Emmanuel Ortega is definitely the guy that does stand out. He doesn't have all his abilities or play sheets unlocked, but I'm not too concerned about that. I feel like those will be things that we could potentially unlock throughout the season. The unfortunate part is he is a defensive genius, which maybe is something that we could potentially use to our advantage. It's not something that I necessarily want. Whereas somebody like Brandon Starks, who is level 6, again, doesn't have much difference in terms of like play sheets. Ability-wise, certainly, yeah. He is at least an offensive guru. I don't know who I want to take. I think I'm going to take Emmanuel Ortega, even though he's a defensive genius. Emmanuel Ortega, welcome to the Las Vegas Raiders, baby. Actually, I may have made a mistake because looking at the available staff, the same people pop up. Like Brandon Starks is still here. We might have... No. Wait, if I fire Emmanuel Ortega, is he going to pop back in? Oh, please. Oh my gosh. I nearly had a heart attack. I thought we were going to lose Emmanuel Ortega. Emmanuel Ortega, welcome to the Las Vegas Raiders. I know we just fired you, but you are going to be our defensive coordinator. And as for our offensive coordinator, I'm looking at someone like Nick Gregory. Level 6, he has 10 abilities unlocked and 1 play sheet, but looking at Brandon Starks, he has 3 play sheets and only 1 less ability. Nick Gregory, you never had the job, but you're not a Las Vegas Raider. Brandon Starks, welcome back. Or I guess not welcome back. Welcome to the Las Vegas Raiders. So with all that said, this season we're going to be rocking with Pete Carroll as our head coach, Brandon Starks as our offensive coordinator, and Emmanuel Ortega as our defensive coordinator, and we cannot forget Paul Gregg as our trainer. So with all that said, we are about to get into our first game. I do want to let you know that we are playing on all Madden, which as you can see is the hardest difficulty in the game. The playstyle, of course, will be simulation. Our kick meter will be multimeter if we ever do hop into a game for whatever reason it may be, which I don't intend to. Our quarter lengths are going to stick at 10 minutes, which I feel is a little bit of a boost from the normal 6 minutes that Madden has, but also not as long as a 15-minute quarter. And just so you know, our team settings, our weekly training will be automatic. Our trades and free agency will be done by us. Offensive, off-season free agent bidding will be automatic. Injury management will be done by me, the GM. Preseason cuts, automatic. Contract negotiations, manual. Scout college players, that's going to be automatic. League advancement, automatic. Manage practice reps, automatic. Reorder depth chart, that will be done by me. Also, auto progress players, ability weekly recap, and tutorial pop-ups will all be on. There is a trade deadline in this game. Of course, trade types on all, trade difficulty on normal. Salary cap is on. Wear and tear, practice injury, and injury all are on. I will be turning on progressive fatigue, though it was already off. So with all that said, if I do not do a good job, I could potentially be fired. So without further ado, it is time to hop into our week 1 matchup against the New England Patriots in Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. Here we go. We got Rob Gronkowski and potentially a few people that do not have heads getting ready in Gillette Stadium. Here we have Pete Carroll trying to hype up the team before our week 1 matchup. We also have new head coach, again for both teams actually, Mike Vrabel is the brand new head coach for the New England Patriots. Alrighty, we are in it to win it. The Raiders are kicking off this time. Alrighty, Drake May and the Patriots have the ball first out on their own 25. Drake May steps back to pass right across the middle, I believe, to Hunter Henry. Excuse me, that was actually Austin Hooper that got 9 yards on first down. Stevenson with an inside zone run for 14 yards. That is not exactly the play that you want to see, especially if you are the GM of the Las Vegas Raiders. We are going to try and get a stop here on the Patriots' first drive here, and we get a sack and a fumble. Oh my goodness. Malcolm Kuntz with a fumble, strip sack fumble, and recovery. This is how you draw up a Super Bowl winning season, okay? Malcolm Kuntz off the right edge beats his man. The Patriots defender, now defender, could not hop on the ball. That means Geno Smith and the Las Vegas Raiders are going to get the ball very close to the red zone. Ashton Jeanty in his first ever start. This is going to be very intense. Geno Smith hikes the ball. Ashton Jeanty out with a run with about a gain of 1, if that. Ashton Jeanty is going to be stopped after his first ever carry in the NFL. As we noted before, the Patriots do have a ton of people out of this game so far. Geno Smith in shotgun here. Geno Smith looking to pass, and he's going to take a sack. That is not what you want to see if you are the Raiders. It is going to be 3rd and 17, and we had a great first drive. Just in terms of field position. Pete Carroll, what are you going to draw up here? 3rd and 17? Could be an inside zone run. It's going to be a pass. Geno Smith looking back to pass. Oh, and it is overthrown for Michael Mayer, someone that we had in our trade finder, Robert Spillane, who was also on the team last season. And we're not going to give Daniel Carlson a 59-yard field goal. We are going to punt the ball away. AJ Cole going to try and pin them deep. Where are they down at? And quarterbacks in this game still walk with a little saunter. The Patriots get the ball back at the 21-yard line here. 7:38 left to go in the first. Drake May rolls out, and he just throws the ball away. They're going to have somewhat of a hurry-up offense, it seems like. On 2nd and 10 here, Drake May in shotgun position, hands off to number 4 for the Patriots. The Raiders, however, do get a stop. It will be 3rd and 9 after we have Roberts and Bout scuffling, having a little word after that play here. Jermaine Pratt. Oh, Alan Roberts, no! We almost had him. Hey, we almost had a sack, but luckily enough, we were able to recover in our defense, and we do walk away with a 4th and 2, and Drake May is hesitant to get back on his feet. The Patriots are looking to punt once more. They're going to punt away to, it looks like, a Dylan Laube, who returns it for about 5 yards. Geno Smith and the Raiders offense are going to be looking to take a 7-0 lead here as they are pinned down at their 29.5-yard line here after that punt return. Geno Smith in shotgun position, trips right. Geno Smith looking to pass, and who's going to pick him up? Oh my goodness. That could have been so bad. Dylan Parham with the fumble recovery after someone right up the gut. Robert Spillane, who had the strip sack fumble. Parham was able to get there and recover the ball, but we are backed up down to our own 18 on a 2nd and 22. This is not looking good. Geno Smith, play action. Oh my goodness. A sack for 10 yards. It is 3rd and 32 right now, guys. It is 3rd and 32. No one was on that back end. It seems like Jennings for the Patriots was able to sniff out that it was play action and got a sack for 10 yards. 3rd and 32. I think you just send out the 4 verts and you hope for the best. Michael Mayer, Brock Bauer in, Ashton Jeanty in motion. Oh, lob up, potentially a first down. Oh no, it was our signing, I believe. I believe that was Kendrick Bourne, number 84, who potentially had the 50-50 ball, but unfortunately it slipped through his hands. We have AJ Cole back to punt from his own end zone, caught at the 45 and brought down at the Raiders 45-yard line. This is not looking good right now. Drake May is under center. We have Stevenson in the backfield. Could be a run to the right, and it is. Can we get Stevenson down? We do. with a loss of 2. Let's go. Drake May is set up in shotgun position. We have 4:22 left on the clock. Drake May snaps across the middle, and it is dropped. The aura of the Raiders defense was enough to stop the Patriots from catching that ball. And it seems like there was a delay of game on 3rd and 12. We are going to accept that penalty. That's going to change up the play. It looks like we have 4 receivers to the left. Drake May in shotgun position looks to pass, and of course he's going to have to. And Max Crosby gets to Drake May. It is 4th and 27. The Raiders are playing great right now on the defensive end. It has been a true defensive masterclass right now from both sides of the ball. Can anyone get any offense going? It is not looking likely. So that means that the Patriots are going to be snapping this ball to punt it back to the Raiders after having great field position. Almost had a roughing the punter situation there. Dylan Laube could it be absolutely swallowed by 5 guys. But that means Geno Smith and the Raiders offense are back, taking the field at their own 21-yard line. Oh, why is my game crashing? So unfortunately, I did have the Super Sim when I got back into the game on fast. So it seems like we were able to drown out the clock, maybe give the ball back to the Patriots. I will have to look at that after this quarter on what truly happened that drive. But Geno Smith is now back out at their own 28. I guess if anything, luckily enough, there was nothing that was on the scoreboard. No field goal, no touchdown given up. Ashton Genty with a run to the right. Potentially could be a burst for no more than 6 yards. He's only had 2 rushes for 6 yards. That was his 2nd rush of the game. And at the end of one, kind of surprising that the Raiders on the right side, because typically the away team's on the left side and the home team's on the right. But at the end of one, it is 0-0. We are switching fields here for our 2nd quarter. Geno Smith in shotgun takes a snap, and we do have a first down to, I believe, Brock Bowers. Very nice. Hurry up offense here. Geno Smith back in shotgun position. 2 wide receivers to the right. Ashton Genty in the backfield. Geno Smith gets sacked. That, I believe, is potentially the 2nd sack for both teams. That is not what you love to see. 2nd and 16 coming up. 2nd and 16 after that snap. Geno Smith snaps the ball. Looking to pass, quick pass across the middle to Jacoby Myers. And we get 7. Hurry up offense here. 8:23 left in the 2nd. 3rd and 9. We need a conversion here. Geno Smith, Ashton Genty in his classic Boise State stance. We get a nice little flip across the middle, and apparently there's congestion on the highway because we got tackled basically by our own guy. It is now 4th and 1. There's a part of me that feels like we have to go for it, but we are going to punt it away. Pete Carroll says no, 4th and 1. We're not running it. We are punting it. And that almost got blocked. AJ Cole, very smart to kick it out of the field of play. Drake May under center, 2 tight ends to the right. And it is a run for Stevenson. The run game for the Patriots has not looked good. Hurry up offense. Drake May in shotgun position, 2 wide receivers to the left. Mac Hollins to the right, Stevenson to his left. Oh, excuse me, another tight end. And it's going to be across the middle to, I believe, is that Demario Douglas. This hurry up offense could be really bad for the Raiders right now. Drake May, empty set, in shotgun position, looking to escape, sets his feet, and it is another receiver across the middle. Seems like we were. That is Christian Wilkins that was able to get to Drake May here. And the crowd goes mild. I don't know what it is about Madden fans, but they look very interesting. We hold the New England Patriots to a 3-and-out. This might be the first game in a very long time that ends up in a 0-0 tie. 5:50 left in the 2nd quarter. Geno Smith hands it off to Ashton Genty up the gut for about a gain of 1. And now we have Geno Smith with Ashton Genty to his left, 2 receivers to the left. Oh, and it is a run option to Ashton Genty, and Geno Smith takes the ball for a gain of 3. It is now 3rd and 6. Simulation in this game is actually kind of crazy. Geno Smith empty set on a 3rd and 6 across the middle to Jack Betch. And he's just short by a yard. Robert Spillane in on the tackle. If you are Pete Carroll, you have to go for this. AJ Cole fumbles a snap, had to get it off quick. That is not good. And oh my goodness, the fair catch was called, and our guy did not see it.
Personal foul. Roughing a kick.
Uh-oh, this is really good news. Robert Spillane, who was able to get the tackle to stop us short, was the guy that roughed the kicker, roughed the punter, and that means Geno Smith back out there in shotgun position across the middle to Kendrick Bourne. I believe he was a former Patriot, if I'm not wrong. Geno Smith in what looks like a interesting formation. This is going to be a run to Michael Mayer, if I'm not wrong. It's going to be a run to Ashton Jensen to the left, and he gets a first down. And it looks like Christian Barmore, is injured on the play, and he is furious on the sideline. But we do get a fresh set of downs with Ashton Jensen getting the yards needed after an interesting formation. Geno Smith in shotgun position trying to run away, but those unk feet are not going to be moving and high-stepping like they used to in Seattle. And that means we are set up for a 2nd and 17. Is Geno Smith going to lead this offense? We have a nice little tight end attack, it seems like. A little angle route for our running back to get 6 yards back. And now what it looks like, Geno Smith on a 3rd and 11. We need 11. Come on, Geno. And we have it. Brock Bowers on a tight end angle. We love to see that. There's a play that the Raiders have in their playbook last season that I believe was like a tight end drive. There's a play for Brock Bowers, and it worked wonders there. We are now in the 2-minute warning. We are set up at the New England 5. Geno Smith, again, loves that shotgun. I think we should run it up the gut. Ashton Jensen looking for pass pro. Geno Smith rolls out left, and he's going to take it. Those unk feet are moving. Geno Smith with the first touchdown of the season. My goodness, number 7, Geno Smith on the feet. Rolls left, and I'm surprised, what was the linebacker doing? Linebacker just said, yeah, here you go. Daniel Carlson with the PAT. It is up. It is good. That was a 10-play, 67-yard drive. And with less than 2 minutes left, the New England Patriots have a chance to still go down and punch it in. Drake May and the Patriots finally get the ball after quite some time, after a hefty drive by Geno. Drake May in shotgun position, looking to pass, and that one is just going to be tossed right into the Waterboy's hands. Drake May back in shotgun position. Plenty of receivers this time. He's got 5 people that could potentially pass to, and he almost gets sacked. He somehow gets it out too. Antonio Gibson. Drake May did take a hit on that play, but 1:35 left. He was able to get out of bounds, so clock is stopped. Drake May needs 3 yards, and he is going to get it. That is Mac Hollins, who was a former Raider, but that was across the middle. The New England Patriots are not using a timeout. Is this a clock management, Matt Eberflus type game? 1:20 left in the first half, and that one is dropped. And surprisingly, they are going to have a hurry-up offense with 1:17 left in the first half. We do have an audible here. People are in motion. Drake May snaps the ball. Drake May looking. Almost gets hit, and it is over that guy's head. And I have no idea what happened. Apparently, I skipped the moment, and now we have a 2nd and goal. Potentially, wait. I don't know what just happened. But if I'm not wrong, the Patriots had 1:17 left. I'm not crazy. They had 1:17 left when that ball was overthrown. And somehow we have a 2nd and goal, and it's 1:49 left. And wait, are we replaying our drive? But we already scored, so are we scoring again? I have no idea what's going on with Madden, but we're going to play it. It does look like we did take a sack there, which honestly, I think it was a fumble. You know what? I guess that's kind of deserved. So I guess now, going back, Drake May with 1:49 left in the first half. Nice little swing pass out to Stevenson, but that is inbounds. Are the Patriots going to be taking a timeout here? Or are they going to let the clock run in? 1:38, 1:37. The clock runs all the way down to 1:26. The Patriots said, F the timeouts. They're going to run a right draw play for Stevenson again. Pete Carroll finally calls a timeout. I am genuinely so confused. It is a 3rd and 15. We have used our timeouts. Potentially, could we get to the quarterback? And that is a fumble. Oh my goodness. And that is recovered for a touchdown by Tyree Wilson. Madden is on some EA type level glitching, not even with the fumble, but the extra time, but the fumble before that. And I guess it gets repaid with Tyree Wilson recovering that fumble for 6. And we are now about to be up 14-0. I genuinely have no clue what happened in this game. Genuinely no clue. I don't even know how to commentate a kickoff. But Drake May is now left with 1 minute and 12 seconds on the clock. He has all 3 timeouts. He's going to get a nice little screen pass to Matt Collins, but that clock is running. Drake May back in shotgun position. The New England Patriots are saying F those timeouts, man. Drake May steps up in the pocket, looks to pass, and it is picked off by Jermaine Pratt. It is picked off by Jermaine Pratt. Oh my goodness. And the Raiders are left with 53 seconds left to score yet again. Ashton Jeanty with a run up the middle. He's going to get 6. And Geno Smith, again, back in shotgun. He loves that formation. Trips right, looking to potentially pass that for a first down. Was that caught? That most definitely was caught. Now, what I'm starting to notice is since I do have it on simulation, anytime that I have it where I skip the moment, technically that moment does pass. So let me know down in the comments if you actually want to see me play those moments just to kind of add a little bit of stakes to the Super Bowl run that we're about to make. And I've completely missed it, but Jacoby Myers just scored a touchdown. We're up 20-0 in the first half. Make that 21-0 at the end of the first half. And the Patriots now have the ball once again. It seems like for like the 4th time in under 2 minutes. Tight end in motion. Drake May snaps the ball across the middle. And it is going to be a first down, but only that's kind of, oh, they did call a timeout. That is very fair. They're at their own 45. Drake May with a deep drop back again to the same guy, but unfortunately it is going to get dropped. We did have a Landon Roberts with a pass breakup. And what is this camera work, Madden? What are we doing here? 3 rushers looking to pressure Drake May. We are in a deep coverage because it is 2nd and 10. There's only 6 seconds left. Drake May is probably going to be going deep here. He's going to pass it short. And they are going to have 1 second left on the clock. 1 second left. Potentially a 4 verts to end off the first half. Will somebody be able to get to Drake May? He is bouncing and he's going to get sacked. Christian Wilkins, again, the guy that we picked up from free agency for no reason. He is now our leading sacker on the Raiders. Man, a team like the Raiders could use him in real life. But Mike Vrabel and the Patriots are heading into half, not looking good. They have given up too many turnovers, and unfortunately, Geno Smith and the Raiders have capitalized. And now we are heading out of the first half and into the second. We are getting the ball back. Dylan Laube is back to return this. This could have been a good run, but it was not. We're down at the 25-yard line. I hate to say it, but Madden Sim is quite something. However, Geno Smith trips left, almost looked like a pitch, and across the middle to Jacoby Myers for 9 yards. We get back into play here. Geno Smith, again, with the same look, a nice little pitch to Ashton Jeanty, and he's going to be tackled for a loss of 4. That is not good. That is not necessarily what you want to see there. Robert Spillane has definitely decided to blow up this entire offense. He's getting revenge after all those practices against Gardner Minshew. Geno Smith looking to pass across the middle. That is going to be Jacoby Myers with an additional catch, an additional reception after his 1 that got us 9 yards, and of course his touchdown in the first half, and that's a first down, baby. We do have a fresh set of downs. We are down at the 40. Geno Smith looking back to pass. It's across the middle. Brock Bowers, no, that's a fumble, but it is picked up by the rookie Jack Betch. That is a heads-up play by the rookie out of TCU, and he might have been banged up on that play, and he was. The guy, the hero for the Raiders, gets banged up after that fumble recovery. Luckily enough, that was enough for a first down. However, we did lose Jack Betch, our rookie wide receiver. Geno Smith back to pass. Do not get sacked. No, it is 2nd and 18. With a 2nd and 18 after taking that sack, we are going to need a big play here. You have Kendrick Bourne in motion, potentially across the middle. It's going to go for Jacoby Myers, who's going to get 11 yards back. Oh, okay. This also happened earlier when Drake May got a delay of game. When I skip the moment, sometimes, like, I get the penalty. Like, how does that make any sense, Madden? Again, this is simulation. And we are going to pass it out. It looks like Jack Betch might actually be back in the game. They had cameras on him heading into locker room, but he might be back actually ready to play. But unfortunately, we're not able to convert on that that 3rd and 12, and it looks like AJ Cole is going to punt this back out of bounds once again. The Patriots have 3 turnovers today. That is not going to win you a game against these Super Bowl contending Raiders. There's going to be a run up the middle for Stevenson, and Jermaine Pratt is there for the stop after a gain of 5. Drake May, 3 receivers on trips formation to the left. Drake May looking across the middle, and it's going to be number 9 once again. I forget who that actually is. That might be Kavon Bout, potentially. He was someone that got a lot of touches in that first game against the Raiders. Stevenson, after a run of 4, Drake May in the offense goes into hurry-up mode with 4 receivers out to the left, tight end to the right, looking to potentially block, and it looks like the Raiders are going to be able to get to Drake May. That is what you love to see. It is now 3rd and 15. Drake May, after taking the sack, observes the defense, takes the hike, and is going to get sacked again. He is literally addicted to it. And 95 for the Raiders is going to get a big man touchdown, baby. Lakai Fotu. Oh my goodness, Jermaine Pratt and Max Crosby were able to force the fumble, get a half sack each. And Fotu, big man, number 95, is able to run it back. Guys, we might be able to take the dub with this one. And with everything going on, it looks like we are just going to simulate the rest of this game. And it looks like the Raiders are going to take this one after a very dominant first half. There was no need to even watch the second half because the New England Patriots did not put up a fight. We had so many sacks on them, especially in the all-Madden defense that we were going up against. Mike Vrabel and Pete Carroll, both first-time head coaches for their respective teams. One Titan could only step out on top. So if we look at some of the stats from this game, Drake May threw for 200 yards. Geno Smith only threw for 146, but it's kind of no need to pass when you're up by so much. In terms of rushing, Ashton Jeanty in his debut had an average of 2.8 yards on 10 carries. Something to really note is that Jacoby Myers definitely stepped up as wide receiver 1. He had 5 receptions for 40 yards and a touchdown. Brock Bowers also had 5 of 61 yards. We also had Kendrick Bourne, who had 14 yards. Ashton Jeanty with 18. Michael Mayer only had 1 catch, as well as Jack Betch also had 1 catch. Again, still no photo for him. From the looks of it, it looks like Max Crosby had a total of 4 sacks. That is actually incredible. Christian Wilkins had 2 sacks. Malcolm Kuntz had 1.5, and Fotu had a half sack. Let's not also forget his fumble recovery for a touchdown. Here are the team stats for this game. We had 10 first downs, 128 yards of total offense. That's all that we had. Overall, I thought we did really good this game. Even the time of possession, we only had 17 minutes with the ball, and we absolutely crushed the Patriots. And before I do forget, I do have to give credit to Demario Douglas, who did have an 18-yard catch for a touchdown in the 4th quarter. And luckily enough, we end off week 1 1-0 after our 28-7 defeat against the Patriots. In episode 2, we will be taking on the Los Angeles Chargers. So if you did enjoy this episode, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next week for episode 2. Peace, peace.